Hello everyone, welcome back to Practical Minds. My name is Syed Ross and today we are diving into a real estate modeling topic, calculating stabilized rent. This is super useful if you are analyzing rental properties, whether you are an investor, property manager, or just curious about real estate finance. We will go step by step through a table I have prepared, calculate key metrics like rent per square foot and weighted averages, and I'll show you some handy Excel formulas along the way. Let's make this practical fun and let's get started. First, let's look at the table. This table represents stabilized rent for a rented property with different unit types. Stabilized rent means the expected rental income once the property is fully leased and operating normally. Here what we have got: number of unit, the number of unit for each type, that 100 unit total, with some blank rows for future use. Unit type, describe the layout, one bedroom, two bedroom, and some empty placeholders. Square feet, the size of each unit type. The average across occupied unit is 750 square feet, which we will verify later. Rent per month, the monthly rent for each unit type. The average is 1525, but we will calculate how that derived. Rent per square feet, rent per square feet, average is 2.03. We'll confirm this calculation too. This table gives us a snapshot of how the property's rental potential. Let's break it down with some calculation. Let's start with rent per month column. This is the monthly rental income for each unit type, and it's usually based on market rates or lease agreements. In our case, these numbers are given. Now, let's calculate rent per square foot. This tells us how much rent each unit type generates per square foot, which is greater for comparing efficiency across units. The formula is very simple: rent per month divided by square feet. Let's do it for each unit type. I am using IFERROR formula just to make this model error free for the zero values. So our formula is my rent per month divided by my total square feet, comma. If if at all there is an error, the IFERROR formula give me 0. It's 2.4. Let's copy across all the SF to paste the formulas. Now, let's calculate the weighted average square foot and the square feet column using the sum product formula. The table shows an average of 750 square feet, but let's verify that. Why not use the average formula? Average, just take the simple mean of the square feet column: 500, 750, 900, and 1100, along with all the zeros, which would be skewed by the blank rows and doesn't account for the number of units. On the other hand, weighted average, consider the number of units as the weight, giving us more accurate picture. Here is the sum product formula. Sum product, total square feet, comma, number of units, close the bracket, divided by total number of unit. First, sum product multiplied each unit count by its square foot. For example, 25 into 500, 40 into 75, 30 into 900, 50 into 100. Then it sum all the total. Then it divide by the total number of units. For example, the total sum is 75,000 and divided by 100 give us the 750. That match the 750 in our table. This weighted average reflects the true average size of an occupied unit, which is key for understanding the property composition. Now, let's do the same for the weighted average rent per month. It shows as 1525 in the table. We'll use some product again to weight the rent by the number of units, which gives a better sense of what the typical rent is across the property. The formula is some product. We need to select from D3 to D14 to sum the rent, comma, total number of unit. Then we will divide this by the total number of units. That's exactly what the table shows. Why this is useful? A simple average A simple average of the rent 1200, 1400, 1850 and 2200 divided by 4 gives us 1662 would overstate the typical rent because it does not account for the fact that there are more one bedroom units than three bedroom units. Weighted average gives a more realistic view which is critical for budgeting and investor perspectives. Let's recap what we did. We broke down a stabilized rent table, calculate rent per square foot with if error to handle blanks, summed all the unit, estimated market rents, and used some product to find weighted average for square foot and rent per square foot. A few tips: always use weighted average for rental analysis. It's more accurate than a simple average formula. Research market rents thoroughly, they are the foundation of your model. And keep your formulas clean with if error. It makes your work look polished. You are now ready to analyze and enter properties like a pro. That's a wrap up for today's video. We will dive into another practical finance topic soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.